All right, what up, everyone? So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful people out there in the world. You guys don't know who I am. My name is Mr. T, and welcome to our first ever Tim Talks pre recording podcast session coming at you live from NYC. So, hope you guys are doing awesome out there. Hope you guys are having an awesome morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you may be in the world. So, just to let you guys know, over here at Tim Talks, you guys don't know me personally. So, what I tend to do is I'm a blogger. Again, if you guys seen my blogs, tend to post whatever I think is going on out there in the world. I like to go and get the truth on out there. For those of you who don't know, and for any of you who do know, again, now we're gonna go ahead and include these little podcast sessions, just get your insight on things, and to just let you know what I think about what's happening in the world. Because I know there is a lot of things, especially with what I've seen over here in the Big Apple. But I hope you guys do enjoy what we're gonna throw here. There is going to be a lot that we're gonna talk about. More than likely, there's gonna be some guests. More than likely, we're gonna touch on some topics. Just those kind of things that we're not really as familiar with, or we just don't want to really touch base on. But other than that, there's a lot to go on as we begin these podcast sessions. So you're probably wondering, why the heck did I start doing these now? Because as you guys know, I've been writing blogs for some time. It's been a couple of weeks. Don't get me wrong, I still love doing them, but I do also love touching base on other things. I do want to touch on other mediums. I do want to touch on other things that may get the words out there, get the truth out there. If you guys don't know, the slogan here is "the truth made known." So, again, it's pretty straightforward. But for some, like I said, we're touching base on topics that might be a bit sensitive and might be something that people are afraid of talking about. And again, that's totally fine. I respect your opinions. I respect all of you guys out there. Just for tuning in, even so. Apart from that, so again, what I touch base on are the topics that really are sensitive in the world. Things like anxiety, depression. Again, you could call this like a mental health podcasts, but also touch base on other things that just something that we can look at with the new gen, with social media and all those other things out there. But I'm rambling on. So again, another thing about these podcasts, again, they're completely unedited apart from the soundtracks, which I will give a shout out to the wonderful soundtracks that I get to use for this podcast. The producers there are really good, and I actually do appreciate all the effort and time that they put in, and I'm so thankful to actually include those soundtracks into these sessions. So I'm very thankful for that, and I really appreciate the creativity and artistry that people like myself as well as other people out there in the world are showcasing. Because again, the one thing we value over here at Tim Talks is number one, your creativity. I cannot deny and stress how important that is in the world. The reason why I got into Tim Talks in the first place was because something needs to be said. Something out there in the world that I feel that other people really need to tune in to, listen in for. And again, whether my audience is like you guys, a younger audience, even the older one, I don't really care. But I really do feel as though there's something that needs to be said out there in the world, and if I can do that, I'm totally up for that. And just getting that opportunity, like I said, when I did Tim Talks, I started with the post. Someone said, "Oh, this looks awesome. You should legit just do that." Every so often, and I took that to heart. I'm very passionate with things, and I feel so there's just a lot, like I said, that needs to be said. What with out there in the world, what what's been happening literally out there. I mean, we literally just came from a pandemic, and apart from that, so because of that, I kind of got inspired by that. All these events have been happening in our life, and I just wanted to do this kind of thing. So I went ahead, continue on with the blog, and then what with as of now, with the podcast, we're what at our like 10th one, and just thinking about that, thinking that we touched base on 10 things already, but I know that there's so many things out there that many of us can relate to. So many things out there that I feel that make us all connect, and just having those things out there in mind, someone at least can say something, right? And that's what I took to heart. And so when I went ahead and did Tim Talks, and now someone else gave me this idea, hey, maybe you should do a podcast, maybe get some guests here, maybe get things rolling, get people in to express their thoughts and opinions. Again, doesn't have to be professionals or whatever. It can be other people. Just common people. Just all those wonderful individuals out there. And I feel that's really what can sum up what with me starting this whole podcasting was. Again, I want to get your opinions out there. Words are fine when I type them, but just having to hear from you guys, listen in, tune in to whatever you guys have that you want to say, and it's totally fine, when I get you guys into this, getting the audience in on this and having them say something again, like I said before, I'm a very respectful person, I'm a respectful guy, and just to at least get you guys involved in something bigger, right? We will make something bigger, and I feel that that's something that's also important. What with starting TimTalks in the first place was that it's not just for me. I don't want it to be just for me. I do want it as well to be for you, and that's what I feel is most important with TimTalks. Like I said, the truth. People have got to hear these kind of things. People have got to hear that it's okay to express. It's okay to let it out. It's okay that we talk about things that might be so difficult, so hard for other people, and that is especially true with all of us. Like I said before I even started TimTalks in the first place, I wasn't really sure, do I want to say something, do I want to let it out, do I want to be able to just say, oh, this is who I am, this is who I want to be, and no one can tell me otherwise. I'll tune in to what is most important, but I'll tune out to what I feel is just complete BS at some points, and again, prior to TimTalks, that's my mindset, right? What did I want to be? Where am I going? What am I doing? And all those things. And I feel that you guys can also relate to this. You guys and gals out there, you guys can most especially tune in and think, hey, this guy, I can relate to all those kind of things, right? Again, don't want to sound too professional here. Again, if you guys know me personally, for my audience out there, I sounded more professional when I was young, but then over time, through the pandemic and whatever, I mellowed out. I'm just trying to say what's on my mind rather than just keep it in. Like I said, I've been through things, seen things, done things, and I feel as though now is the right time to be able to share that. 22, I'm in the prime of my life, so I might as well be able to get that time to express. But over time, I also thought, like, what are other people doing out there? What about those people who feel that they don't have a voice, or even if they do, they feel that they're holding back, right? Like I said, all those things in my mind. Again, my mind can be random at times, and it can be all over the place. Like even now, I'm not even sure what I was just talking about 5 minutes earlier. But even then, the thought of being able to actually consider other people as well as myself. I already thought about myself, but I thought, what about other people? What do other people want to hear? What do other people want to see? What do other people want to have hope in? What do people fight for? Those kind of things. So with that in mind, and then just a little bit before I started doing TimTalks, the blog version, I actually thought about, for example, what do we do? What do we do at that point? Again, I'm being real here. I don't want to edit anything or whatever, but I do just want to let people know that it's okay, because again, the truth is unedited, the truth is unfiltered, the truth is just unadulterated passion, and something there that's good for the world, right? And all of these thoughts were happening in my mind just before I started doing this. I want you guys to keep that in mind, right? That for anyone who knows me, at least misconceptions about me, I'm just holding back. That I feel as though there's more to me, and if not for what I've been through, I wouldn't be doing this. Honestly, TimTalks wouldn't even be a thing if not for what I've been through, and I'm very thankful for that, good and bad, with what happened to me in the world. And I feel as though, like I said before, I'm not just making this for the sake of myself. This is for those who seek to have a voice, for those of us who feel, downtrodden, who feel worried or depressed or feel as though they cannot say anything out there. And I will tell you right now, you are not alone in anything. And you are not alone in whatever it is you're going through. And that over here at Tim Talks, over here, I'm Mr. T. I will look into things, like I said before. Um, this is for you guys, and anyone who has those misconceptions of me, throw them out the window, because you're listening and tuning into a person that is different, that doesn't care so much and wants to throw out the BS that's happening in the world and just wanting to just let it all out. Not just of myself, but to let the opinions of other people be heard. That's what I feel is most important about this podcast. And like I said, I wouldn't do this if I wasn't so concerned about other people. I love other people, honestly. And I don't want to hold back, because I feel that there's just something out there that needs to be said in the world. And if I can say it as well as for myself, as well as for other people, I'm gonna do it. I will absolutely do it, and I won't hold back. Even now, like I will tell you guys right now, I'm literally staring at a wall, just saying this out. That just shows you how, even now, I'm putting it in my mind that you guys are out there, and that what is it that needs to be said for other people? What is that people are not only going to hear but also love? To know that, to keep going, I don't know how to classify this. I don't know how I'm going to describe what I'm doing, because like I said, I can be all over the place. My mind is so all over the place. I can literally tell you, is this an ed blog? Is this a mental health podcast? Honestly, it doesn't really matter what's going on over here. To just know that what you're going through in life, as you're walking through life, I'm gonna walk with you. And let you know that, again, you are gonna be okay. My voice sounds awful, I know, on the mic. Hopefully, like I said before, this is a pre-recording session, so I literally don't know how it's gonna sound like, or how I'm sounding like, how it sounds like on your end. So hopefully things go well with that. And hopefully, I had the time, to express truly who I am, because I'm not gonna stop, honestly. I feel as though we gotta keep going on this. And that, this is the most opportune time to let people know that your voice will be heard, the truth will be made known, and that I will be here. I, Mr. T, will listen in on you guys, right? I will listen in and think very carefully. Again, what you're listening to right now, is pure, unadulterated, unfiltered, unedited, apart from those wonderful soundtracks. Again, shout outs to all those who are making them. And overall, just how do I describe that? Just full of love, literally. This podcast is what it's all about, right? And I totally get if everyone out there in the world needs to hear someone who has a voice, and I want to do that. That's what I feel is important most of all. Otherwise, I wouldn't do what I'm doing, right? I'm not doing this for me. I do this for other people, right? And I know many people love to say that, but you are listening to someone who doesn't want to lie about things, doesn't want to sugarcoat things. If it happens, it happens. And I feel as though the truth has got to be unfiltered. It's got to be unedited. It's got to be heard and listened to, rather than just forgotten, But I don't know if I have anything else to say. Even right now, as I'm talking to the wall, I don't even know what to say to the wall. But even then, hopefully you guys get to let me know what you think about what's going on over here at Tim Talks. Again, this is just a pre-recording. Let me know what you guys think. I hope we get to continue doing this. I know some guests who are really willing. I'm collaborating with them. They're awesome people, and I feel as though they have a lot to share when we tune in for the next episode, and for many episodes to come. I am not going to stop this, and I really do feel that you guys deserve it. Like I said, the pandemic taught us a lot of things. We're all in this together, and I really feel as though you guys do not have to hold back. Let it out. Let the truth be known. Let your voices be heard. Tune in here, and I will listen in. Comment down below or whatever. I don't know what I'm saying at this point, but I do know that we're in on this together, right? So With that said, that's gonna be it for this pre-recording session. Let me know what you guys think. I love to get in contact with you guys. If you have something to share over here at Tim Talks, again, please let me know. If you're wondering, am I still gonna write? Of course, I'm absolutely gonna write, and there's many ways in which I get to do this. But not right now. I feel as though this is another beautiful way in which I get to share and to express and to showcase my love for you guys, and to know that you're not alone in anything that you're dealing with. All right. So again, Mr. T's got your back, and I really hopefully get to continue this into the future. I will persist. I'm gonna keep going, and I'll be here for you guys. I promise. All right. So with that said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Share, sub, much love, and see you guys at the next episode. This is Mr. T signing off. All right, what up, everyone? So, good morning, good afternoon.